Hey, difference makers. It is check-in Thursday. Deb Marklin here, and I am so excited to be jumping in to say hello and happy Thursday to you. Happy Thursday. For those of you who were on the program on Saturday, what an amazing time we had as we explored the 7 strategies for emotional freedom. I just loved our time together. For those of you who are registered for that program, and we just had such an amazing, eye-opening time of evaluating ourselves, doing the introspections, and just really some aha moments just from a lot of the comments that were made from the participants. And so very thankful for Tanya, who joined us on Saturday, and we co-taught together. I love it, love it, love it. So I hope that you are doing. It's so very important that you not just show up to your program. After all, you are investing in yourself. You don't just want to invest your money and your time while you're in the sessions. You want to be doing the inside job that really takes a lot of rolling up your sleeve and getting in there with yourself after the session. And so you've got 2 weeks worth of work that you're doing there. So I hope to hear how things are unfolding, your breakthroughs and all the aha moments that you're having there. Well, today I wanted to jump in here because I was thinking, what are some of the things that we want to be remembered for? As women, as difference makers, we are up to a lot of great things. We have great careers. Some of us have great businesses that we're the ones that are the lady boss at some of our careers and businesses that we have. We are moms, we are wives, some of us. We are community activists. We have so much going on. And so with all of that, I was just thinking about one of my sheroes, Maya Angelou. I just love her and her poems and her teachings and just a lot of lessons that I've learned from her through the years. And she talked about one of the quotes that I love from her is she said, "I've learned that making a living is not the same as making a life." Isn't that so fascinating? Right? We can all be about making a living, right? That's a lot of us. We're about making a living, but it's not about that. It is about making a life. And it is about making a life that makes the difference for a lot of folks around us. I think about Maya's life and how Maya Angelou really overcame a lot of situations in childhood. She had a troubled childhood where she just went through a lot. But at the end of the day, she became a poet, a writer, an activist. She was even nominated 2 times actually for a Pulitzer Prize. And I think about just the plethora of things that she did. She was a streetcar conductor, the first woman streetcar conductor. Then she went, she traveled, to Africa to start well, actually, she didn't even just travel there to start a school, but she went there to be an editor, and then she ended up becoming the leadership conference leader for a school in Egypt. She became the lead administrator and instructor there, and then in Ghana she was the lead for a Ghana music school. When you think about just all the things that she has gone through, if any of you know anything about her, she had a tumultuous childhood, but she overcame all of that. And many of us know her for all of her great poems and books that she has written. And I just think about some of her quotes out of her books that have really made the difference in my life. She talks about courage being the most important of all virtues that they are. And she's like, without courage, you really can't practice any of the other virtues, right? Consistently. You can't be consistent about it. And you can't practice any of the other virtues by themselves without courage. And that's what she talked about. um, we probably even know her for one of her most famous quote, where it says, people, people will not forget what you say. They actually, she said that people will forget what you say, but they won't forget how they feel when they're around you. They won't forget how you make them feel. And I think about that, how you make other people feel is so important. That's how you make the difference. Hi there. Put your name in there and introduce yourself. Welcome. It's so great to be on with you. You may not control all the events in your life. We all know that there's stuff going on. We may not control all the events that happen in our life, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. I love that quote so much. We're talking about what it is that you want to be remembered for. What do you want to be remembered for? And she talks about how she found that among all the other benefits, giving, being a contribution, how that liberates the soul of the giver. When you can give, it liberates the soul of the giver. And I don't personally trust revolution, she said, where love is not at the center, where love is not at the core of it. I'm talking about some of the quotes that really make a difference for me when it comes to Maya Angelou. She says, see, you don't have to think about doing the right thing. You don't have to think about doing the right thing if you're for the right thing. If you are for the right thing, then you do it without even thinking, right? That is her philosophy. And the most called upon prerequisite of a friend is a person who can lend an accessible ear, being there to listen, to just lend an ear when somebody needs to talk. How important is it for us to recognize and celebrate our heroes and sheroes? I just really love that about Maya. But, what about you? What is it that you want to be remembered for? What is it? Now, I'm all about you making the difference. I'm about you, discovering, embracing, and unleashing your own uniqueness. And you can only do that when you know yourself and also when you grow yourself. And so we're talking about, what are some of the things you want to be remembered for? For me, I want to be remembered for being a woman of wisdom, right? I want to be remembered for a woman who can give sound and wise counsel, one who can ask great questions to help folks to really think within themselves and draw out the best in people. I want to be remembered for somebody who's a great contribution. I love to give, and the reason why I give is because I'm so grateful. And I want to be remembered as somebody who is grateful. What is it that you want to be remembered for? And in order for me to be remembered for any of these things, I've got to be living them every day, right? John Maxwell talks about your daily actions determine your future. So everything that you do today, every day, determines the future. So if you want to be remembered, so we're talking about being remembered in the future, even being remembered right this moment. If somebody is not even in your presence and they're thinking about the impact that you had on their lives maybe 2 years ago or 5 years ago, what is it that they're remembering? What is it that you want them to remember, right? So as you think about this, again, I showcase Maya because she's one of my heroes. She's one of the women that whenever I remember her, I just remember a woman of courage. I remember a woman who is resilient, right? A woman who has overcome. And I just love also the spirit of forgiveness that she has. And I want to be remembered as that, a woman who didn't hold on. I didn't hold on to anything. So much so to the point where when I leave this earth, I don't want to be taking anything with me. I want to let it all out here. As I'm finishing up the final stages of my book that's going to be coming out. I really want to encourage you all to be prepared for that. It's the book that I feel goes in line with the theme that I've been really talking about for the past several years, really. And it's to be the difference, be different, be the difference that nobody else can be. And when you can do this, you will see how you can change and transform relationships, and you can transform your future into one of significance, right? Because that's what this is about. It's not just about you being successful, which you're gonna be, right? If you're doing the inside job and you're every day diligently working on you and growing you, right? It can only spill over into every area of your life where you will be successful. But then what? Right? Then what? Then comes the significance. And that's what this is about. It's about making the mark, right? I'm not markling for no reason. Making the mark on this land, right? That's what I'm here for. That's what I want to be remembered for, that I made a mark. But not just any mark, that the mark that I made is one that made the difference, not just for myself, but for others as well. And so as as you continue on, we're winding down to another weekend. We have one day before the weekend. Just really be thinking about, what is it that I want to be remembered for, right? Even if it's one thing, but you've got to start working on that now. That one thing has got to be in your daily agenda. That's something that you have to be every day in order for someone to remember you. So for me, gratitude. I want people to remember that I'm a grateful person. If I had a middle name, which I don't, it would be grateful, right? Because I'm so grateful for all that I have, and grateful for the opportunity that I've been given. And every day I have new opportunities, and so do you. You have new opportunities every day, right? Every day you've got these great opportunities to make the difference in people's lives, right? To pull someone up or push someone up. You've got that opportunity to do that. Again, whether that's someone in your family, whether it's someone on your job, or if you are an entrepreneur, maybe it's one of your employees. It could be your customer, really making the difference there. And so what is it that you want to be remembered for? For me, again, I've been told over and over again that I have wise words. So I want to be remembered for that. I want to be remembered for that. And I want to be remembered for being a person who was truly me, right? That I wasn't trying to be somebody else, that I wasn't trying to be a copycat, just me. That's why, I share all the time, dare to be you, dare to be you, be you. Be you. There's nobody else like you. And live how you want to be remembered every single day. So, again, if you have not been subscribing to getting my Word to Inspire, my Debbieisms on a daily basis, actually Monday through Friday, please do subscribe. I'm going to drop it in the comments where you can subscribe, and also invite others to subscribe as well. And I will drop it in YouTube as well, in the comment that you can just click on there and subscribe. And for those of you who are in the current program, the cohort that's going on right now, be about doing the inside job. We've got one more session before we end off this program, and then of course we're gonna have a bonus session that everybody can be invited to that. I'll announce the date where we're going to do that as well, so you can be inviting folks. So be looking out for that as well. All right. Well, I am going to be out, and I will see you next Thursday. Just looking forward to hearing some great breakthroughs from you, and putting in the comment what it is that you want to be remembered for. One or two things. Doesn't have to be a lot. One or two things that you want to be remembered for. All right, my difference makers. I'll see you next time. Debbie Marklin out.